Arsenal defeat Kairat Almaty 3-2 in our final league phase of the Champions League. That is now 8 wins out of 8. The first team to ever do it. I'm going to be shameless. It's only been around for 2 seasons, but even in 100 years' time, we'll still be the first team to do it. I'm going to be completely honest. This isn't going to be a typical match review. You know, normally in these videos, I focus on one game and just spend the whole time talking about that one game. I'm obviously going to touch on the game and go over it because there are a few talking points. But there isn't really too much to get into. Like, I'm not gonna do like any in-depth analysis or anything really because, again, there's not much to talk about. And I also want to touch on all the other games because today was fucking unreal. There were some mental results. But I guess let's get into the game itself. Obviously, Arsenal got a 3-2 victory against Kairat Almaty. We played a heavily rotated 11. I mean, this is pretty much entirely bench players. I guess Gyökeres has been starting a lot of games, but other than that, pretty much rotated the entire squad. I didn't really have any problems with this starting 11. This is pretty much what I wanted to see. I didn't think Calafiori was fit. I had Nketiah in that position, and then I had Odegaard in instead of Havertz because I wasn't sure what the situation was with Havertz and his injuries and everything. But, I mean, this 11 is completely fine. And this really was a tale of two halves. I think that our performance in the first half was quite good. I thought at times we played some really good football. Kai Havertz was man of the match for me in that first half. He scored a nice goal, played a good ball into Gyökeres to score the first goal in the 3rd minute. Then he scores his goal in the 15th minute, so already a goal and an assist in the first 20 minutes. But his overall performance was quite good. He was linking up the play well. He wasn't really giving the ball away. He was creating chances. Like if we take a look, I mean, he had 3 chances. This guy only played one half, by the way. He had 3 chances created, a nice goal, an assist. Like he just put in an overall good performance. And yeah, he was definitely my man of the match. And look, Havertz isn't a player I particularly rate. But that was a good performance from him. Gyökeres, I mean, he had a lot of chances, let's be real. I mean, if we have a look, 4 big chances missed. 4. What's his XG? XG 0.49 XG on target, 1.83 expected goals. So he should have had a hat-trick. But, he got his goal, which I guess is good for his confidence. But, yeah, overall, not a great performance. It was a decent goal. Martinelli as well, I mean, pretty much stole a goal off Gyökeres. I don't actually know if it was on target. Like, if Gyökeres tapped the ball on target or if Martinelli had to finish it off for it to go in. I thought Eze and Norgard were quite good. Eze, actually, that was one of his better games. Even though he didn't get a G, didn't get an A, it wasn't like a clinical Eze performance. Like, he wasn't brilliant, but I think that 8.4 rating is quite deserved. I mean, created 6 chances in the match. Any big chances? Doesn't seem like he did, but I thought he played quite well. Norgard sat in front of that defence very well, did a good job. I think that, when we play with 2 more advanced midfielders, Havertz kind of acting like a second striker and Eze's an out-and-out 10. I think Norgard and even Rice could play that 6th role if we've got a bit more attacking sort of players, whereas if you've got, say, like a Mikel Merino, that's when it doesn't really work. And then the defence, other than Calafiori, the defence was really good. Calafiori really struggled in that first half. I understood when he got hooked when he did. To give away a penalty at 1-0, and he overall just didn't look great. I thought Mosquera, Lewis Skelly especially played well. White was pretty solid as well. And then Kepa, like the pen. It's just poor, but I don't come to expect anything more from him. So yeah, we go into halftime at 3-1, and I mean, if we look at the first half stats, it was domination from us. Their only shot was the pen. We had 7 big chances. We actually played some really, really nice football. Some nice, 1-2 touch football. That's how we were able to create a lot of chances. Look, I understand that it's Kairat, so I'm not going to go out and gas up this performance because, if you look at the Champions League table, they only got 1 point and finished rock bottom. So we're not really going to gas this up. But, with our reserve team, to play some of the football we did, it was good. And then the subs happened. The subs. Oh my god. Guys, I've tried. I've tried so hard with this guy. Last season, I wasn't going as hard on him as everyone else was. I was acknowledging that for 2 seasons, he was probably our best player, definitely up there. And he had just had a blip. He was struggling with injuries. The team wasn't playing very well. And he had a good run of form this season when he came back from injury, I think, against Brighton, against Bournemouth, and there was one other game. Was it a Champions League game? I can't remember. There was one other game where I actually thought he was playing quite well, and he's had some pretty good games this season. But bro, on form, this guy, he's actually a criminal. Like, he's genuinely a criminal. We had Kai Havertz in midfield. We've seen Kai Havertz in midfield. It's shocking. We had Kai Havertz in midfield, and he was 10 times better than this guy. The football we played was so much better. The only other half-time sub we made was Hincapié for Calafiori, which is pretty like for like. But this guy was absolutely dreadful. Created one chance. Hardly did anything in the final third. Missed a big chance. Like, he was actually so poor. And I've been saying that this guy shouldn't be our captain. This is one thing I have been saying. Whilst I've been backing him and saying that he's been, whilst I thought that he was going to get back on it, he does not deserve to be Arsenal captain. He doesn't. He actually doesn't. Give it to Declan Rice. Give it to Gabriel. Even give it to Bukayo Saka. This guy does not deserve to be Arsenal captain. He isn't good enough. That's the main negative for this game. Calafiori is struggling. I mean, it is what it is. You can have a bad day. It was nice seeing, this guy, who I didn't even know who he was, Brando Bailey Joseph and Ife Ibrahim. Sorry if I've butchered any of those names. It was nice seeing those 2 guys get their Arsenal debuts. Not needing to play Gabriel, Saka, Declan Rice and Marino are left at home. Not needing to be, because they were suspended. Not needing to play these players, it was obviously good. We were able to get them rested. I've noticed in a lot of the cup games, we've been struggling and we've had to bring on Rice, we've had to bring on Saka. It was nice that this game, it literally did not matter what the result was. At 2-0, if we were 2-0 down, Saka still wouldn't come on. And then we concede that goal in the last minute of the game. Gabriel Jesus also scored but was offside. When we concede that goal, which they went absolutely potty, I fully back it. Scoring 2 goals against Arsenal. We've only conceded 2 goals in 7 games in this competition going into this game. And they doubled our goal conceded. So, I mean, fair play to them. But that's really all I have to say about this game. Honestly, there aren't really many other talking points. So we can just sort of have a look at the Champions League as a whole, because there are a few big results. The main one... Oh, shit. I shouldn't have done that. The main one was this fucking game. Benfica 4, Real Madrid 2. Madrid was sat 3rd going into this match day. And with Marseille losing 3-0 away from home against Club Brugge, absolutely fuming that they didn't go through. When that 3rd goal went in, Benfica only needed to win by a 2-goal cushion to go through. And they put in an absolutely brilliant performance from what I've seen based off these stats. 8 big chances, 12 shots on target. They absolutely bopped Real Madrid off the park. They go 2-1 up, then go 3-1 up, concede a late goal, or not a late goal, but concede a second goal from Mbappe, and then Asensio and Rodrigo get sent off in the 90th plus second minute. And I was watching the end of this game because this game was the last game to wrap up. And they were playing, Benfica were, tightening it up. And then they realised, I think it might have been a while after that 3rd Bruges goal went in, they would have realised, hang on, we can actually go through. And none other than this guy. I don't know, I'm not even going to try to pronounce this game. The goalkeeper comes up for a free kick and smashes the header into the back of the net. You can't even see it here because he's a goalkeeper. You'd have to go here. Is it this goal? Yeah, this goal. Header from a set piece. The goalkeeper sends Benfica through to the knockouts in the last minute of the game, which seals Real Madrid's fate in the playoffs. They went down from third all the way to the playoffs. Mad result. I mean, you got a couple other big results as well. I mean, like, is it better to do it like this? Yeah, it's better to do it like this. I mean, you had Barcelona securing top 8. You had pretty much everyone here securing top 8. I think Arsenal and Bayern were the only teams that were already through. You know, Liverpool got a nice win. Everyone in England, all the English clubs except Newcastle won. And Newcastle, I think a draw away at PSG is a pretty good result. What other big results have we got that actually like affected things? Let's have a look. This game was actually kind of crazy. Like, there were a few teams that narrowly missed out. Napoli missed out on playoffs with 2 late goals from Chelsea. Both João Pedro assisted by Palmer. PSV were 1-0 up against Bayern. Oh no, they were 1-0 down and then they equalised, which had them in the playoffs. But they crashed out. Bodo Glimt handed Atletico Madrid their first loss of the whole season at the Metropolitano, which saw them go through. They beat Manchester City, Atletico Madrid, and I think they drew away at Dortmund as well in their last 4 games after losing the first 4, which saw them make a crazy run into the playoffs. Benfica were in a horrible spot as well. But yeah, I mean, the likes of Napoli, Athletic Club, Villarreal, all clubs you'd expect to actually be in the playoffs, all went out. I mean, Villarreal, their fate was sealed early. But Athletic Club lost it late at home against Sporting, who secured a top 8 spot. Like, it was actually pretty mad, some of the results. Pretty crazy, some of these results that happened. I mean, I guess we could go through the English teams and how they all did. You know, Liverpool with a 6-0 win against Karabakh. Van Dijk getting 3 assists. Salah getting back on the score sheet. They'll be happy. Florian Wirtz, McAllister. A big win for them. It seems that every time Liverpool are struggling for form in the league, they just go out and get a big Champions League result. So credit to them. Tottenham. I mean, this just shows the quality of the Premier League. Tottenham are struggling. They're like 6 points clear of relegation. And they finish 4th. They go away to Frankfurt, beat them 2-0. They beat Dortmund last week. This is the one that pissed me off the most, though. Marseille went and got slapped 3-0 by Club Brugge. See, this is what I meant. The 79th minute, Bruges scored, which meant that Benfica only needed 1 goal to go through at 3-2. So that's where the craziness comes in. I mean, you've got He Who Must Not Be Named, Stinker. I mean, if only Nwaneri was eligible to play in this game, then you just know they would have won. I'm gutted for him that he doesn't get to play Champions League football. Even if he had just gotten 2 more games, it would have been nice. What were some other mad games? You had Barcelona. Where are they? Here. I mean, they were 1-0 down for pretty much the entire first half, and then went on a frenzy in the second half to win 4-1. Apparently, from what I've seen, Lamine Yamal put on another absolute masterclass. I do want to touch on the Chelsea game a bit, though, because I was very, very interested in what this result would be. I had a feeling Chelsea were going to go and get the job done, but that goal from Vergara, I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name. Unreal goal. He drops Kai Cenat, then absolutely turns Fofana and scores a brilliant goal. And then Højlund takes the lead. I'm thinking maybe Napoli are actually going to go through and Chelsea going to get knocked out into the playoffs. But João Pedro, I mean, the guy actually started shooting. And the second goal was beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful finish. So Chelsea will be happy to be in that top 8. And then I'm going to make a proper preview once the draw happens, because I think the draw is tomorrow. I mean, just taking a look at these knockout stages, I mean, there could be some interesting games. Real Madrid might have to play Benfica again. I mean, Liverpool and Tottenham getting Juventus or Atletico Madrid potentially could be interesting. I mean, for us, pretty much anyone except Dortmund would be good. So there's nothing too crazy in terms of the playoffs. I think that the seeded teams, maybe except Dortmund, are probably all going to win. I mean, maybe Dortmund beat whoever they play, but I think all the other seeded teams, no matter who they get, bar any massive shocks, should go through. It's like Liverpool and Tottenham will play Juve or Atletico Madrid. PSG will play either Barcelona or Chelsea if they go through. That could be a pretty spicy tie. And then, of course, I mean, you see City, you see Madrid. You just know every season they play each other. And if they don't draw each other in the round of 16, they can't meet until the final. That's the good thing about this format. Arsenal and Bayern get a big advantage that they don't have to meet until the final, and they get every single second leg at home all the way until the final, as we're right at the top here. So I mean that's a pretty good advantage to get. But I mean, yeah, Napoli and Marseille are probably the two big shocks not going through. I mean, I would have definitely expected both Napoli and Marseille to go through. But yeah, man, crazy day in the Champions League. Crazy day. There's a lot that I probably couldn't mention. I wasn't really paying close attention to all the games because I was watching the Arsenal game and I had like the goal rush on, so I was seeing a lot of the goals. I can't think of many other goals that were like outrageous. I think the Vitinha finish was good. Cherky scored a decent goal. Yeah, nothing else really to go off. But yeah, man, that's it. Arsenal get a 3-2 win against Kairat Almaty. The Champions League phase is done. I'll make a proper deep dive. I'll do my predictions once the full Champions League bracket is done. That's when we actually get, a proper look at who Arsenal could be playing in the knockouts. We're not just talking about if we draw this team. We can actually look at fixtures and say, who do we want to win? Who would we rather play? But yeah, man, that'll do. I know it's a pretty short one. There just isn't really much Arsenal stuff to go into, and then I didn't really watch much of the other games. I wanted to talk about it because there was some mental stuff. But yeah, make sure to like the video, subscribe. I'm gonna try and get these videos more consistently uploaded. I've been saying that for ages, but maybe it's never gonna happen. But we can only try. I'm gonna try get some Premier League predictions in because we've got a couple of interesting games. But yeah, that'll do it for the video. As I said, like, comment what you thought about these games. Subscribe to the channel so you can, keep up to date. Hype the video as well so more people can see it. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.